Man, I wonder what we're ever going to be using this massive pot for. What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter World. Previously, we ended up taking on the Rathian, upgraded a few of our weapons for that Rathian fight, and then took on the Paolumu, as our objective was to take out the Paolumu, to use its materials so that we could go ahead and make ourselves an airship to go to the Rotten Vale. But first things first in this episode, as our objective is currently to head to the Rotten Vale, we're actually going to head back to Astera and head to the trade yard here, see if there's anything else there that needs to be done. There's also a couple things I'd like to do, well, one thing in particular, and upgrade one of our weapons for the next fight ahead. So, oh yeah, we got a couple exclamation points actually, I can see right away. Let's see what this person has to say. Hey, you look like you're not doing anything. How about you take this job off my hands? The old lady at Botanical Research needs this stuff for some fertilizer she's making. But as you can see, I've already got my hands full. Really? You'll do it for me? That's a relief. Glad you finally decided to pitch it. Come on, hey! You hear what I'm doing? I think we can actually do that right now. So let me go ahead and complete deliveries. And let's grab Sprouting an Ancient Tree. Now we have catalysts, which are also great for the fertilizer stuff, for our botanical research. And let's take a look at what this smart biologist has to say. Splendid. The Fifth Fleet, just who I was looking for. At present, we go-getters are studying the Paolumu's behavior. The three scholars are prepared to cross the Great Ravine and explore the Coral Highlands, if that's what it takes to pursue the Paolumu. The quest is called White Monster for a White Coat. Any assistance you could give would be most appreciated. We'll definitely take this on in the next episode. As I also mentioned, we will actually, well, I might have mentioned it in the previous episode, we will be doing 2 of the side quests today. So let's go ahead and do some fertilizing. Can we actually? Yes, we can. That'll be even fantastic. So catalysts are really, really good to get, because catalyst essentially increases the duration of like growth effects and stuff like that, which is really, really awesome. Alright, next thing we're going to go do before we head to the Rotten Vale, we're going to go to the workshop, and we're actually going to equip a new weapon here. Now, I believe that this guy has something to say. Let's see what the smithy has to say. So, Fiverr, how are you liking the new hunting ground? Things have gotten interesting around here. The fissure in the ravine has allowed us to bring a steady supply of materials from the far side back to Astera. I'm working on integrating those materials into our offerings here at the smithy. Have a look at the new upgrade branches for your weapon. I think you might be pleasantly surprised. So what are we hammering together this time? So yeah, there's a lot of new materials that we technically, in a way, have access to, so they increase the size of the weapon trees, which, speaking of weapon trees, are actually going to go ahead and upgrade, not our Jagger's Blade, our Carapace Buster, which is our Baroth Greatsword. And then we're going to equip it because we're going to actually be taking this with us today. Let's see, can we actually upgrade the Jagras one? Ooh, we can. So I think I might just go ahead and upgrade it just for funsies, because we could use that. We're not going to equip it now because that one's not as... I don't want to use that one right now. So, alrighty, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get these 2 side quests out of the way. So, post new quest, let's go to optional. Let's go to, I believe it's going to be these 2 right here. So let's do, it's a Crying Shamos first. So we're going to kill those Shamos, which again, like I mentioned before, are just simply the little Jagras of the Coral Highlands. So let's head up here, grab our food, and I will see you guys in the quest. Alright, we have finally made it to the Coral Highlands, ready to kill some Shamos. Now, these guys, just like the Jagras, sometimes end up having materials that are useful. It's like, you'll be going through a weapon tree and you're like, what the hell do I not have or have not discovered? And usually it's going to be something from Shamos, or it's going to be something from, like, the Jagras, like Sharp Claws or something like that. So it's always good to at least go around and do a little bit of these killings, just so you guys get, or huntings in general, so that you guys have some of these materials. And speaking of, hello, little Shamos, you guys are gonna die today. We'll kill these couple here, and then I will just cut around to when I kill the other ones. Come on, over here. Boom. Boom. Wait, still not dead? There we go. Now it's dead. Okay. Oh yeah, you guys want to tussle right now too? Usually I thought these guys were going to run away. So. Of course I completely missed. There we go. Okay. Is there another one right there? Oh no, they all want to tussle. Okay, I was going to cut this, but I guess they want to tussle. Oh, come on. Of course, I had to fight these things with a great sword. So I'm so immobile. Die! Okay, halfway done. Alright, I'll carve these guys, and I will see you when I kill the other group of Shamos. Alrighty, and with that, carving these guys, and I'll see you back in Astera. Alright, now that we're back in Astera, it is time to get to the other quest, which is also in the Coral Highlands. Let's go to the Assigned, and let's head out and do the bunch of abalone. 3, 2, 1. So, very similar to the Shamos quest, I will see you guys in the map, and I will actually show you the location that I like to go to collect all these abalone. So, see you guys in the quest. Alright, so kind of similar to the last major quest we had here, which was the Paolumu one, you're going to want to head to the left path here instead of the right, because this is the direction that you're going to want to pick those abalone. If you guys remember in the one quest that we did when I picked up the abalone in the area where we first fought the Paolumu, that's essentially where we're going to be heading. So if you guys don't remember how to get there, I'm showing you right now how to get there. It's really not too bad. One of the easier places to get to here, and one of the most, and in my opinion, actually the prettiest area in the Coral Highlands is that little area right over here. So all you got to do now, don't be afraid to do this. It doesn't look like your character would quite make the vine jumps, but you can absolutely do this. So just run and sprint, and then you can still jump, and then just keep the sprint button active, and you should be able to clear that very easily. So this is an area where there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of the abalone. So we're going to grab these sleep herbs as well, because these make trank bombs, remember? And we're going to go over here, and here's one right here. There's one right over there. You can kind of see it if you are trying to look for something that's similar shape like this. Right over here. There's another one. Easy peasy there. That. I think I hear something flapping in the wind. Oh, well, I mean, those guys are, but let's see. Where else are there more? I believe there's one more deposit at least. Should be. Yep, right here. Is there one over there? I can't remember if there was one over there. One more, man. That's really disappointing. So, let me go see if I can find another one. I currently do not see one around this area. Oh, alrighty, right down here. So, if you're coming from here, there's that other path that you can take and come down this way and grab these conch shells for the abalone. Very simple. I will see you guys once again back in Astera. Alright, did not mean Astera. Totally meant coming back here. I actually went back to Astera and then realized we have to go here. So, we are back here. I deposited some items. And when it comes to our episodes generally, as you've been seeing, what I'll do is we'll pick up side quests at the beginning of an episode, and then we will end up completing those side quests that I picked up at the beginning of the following episode, which is what we've been doing recently. And the only time that will more than likely change is if, like, we have an abundance of side quests that I think are important to complete, and so that is the only time that will most likely change. But with our quest to head down to the Rotten Vale, let's speak to the third fleet master.
Now is the time.
And to descend into the Rotten Vale, yes, we are.
Right.
Once we reach our destination, you may depart and make camp preparations. Then it's back to the usual order of business, finding Zora Magdaros' trail. Now I want you to pay close attention while you are down there. Think long and hard. What is the Rotten Vale? How does it connect to the Coral Highlands? Well then, off we go. I did eat my meal before I came here, so I don't think it's going back to Astera is necessarily the worst thing you can do. So definitely go ahead and eat your meal before you head back to the before you go on this mission.
Hey, over there. What do you think?
Hmm? Very well.
Heads up. This'll definitely complicate setting up camp. I know. Catch! Phew! When in doubt, burn 'em out.
Welcome to our resident Komodo dragon, very similar to Yaku. You're never required to hunt one of these, but you're required to sight one of them. But we're gonna go over it now because you are required to at least see him. So let's go over it. This guy is a joke, equivalent to the Great Jagras of the Rotten Vale here instead of the Ancient Forest. Indicative of its name, it's weak to water, neutral to fire, nice, resists dragon, and is immune to thunder. You can cut the tail and the head is breakable. The head is the weakest point. This guy only has two major things to note. First off, he can call all of the smaller Gyros to his side and they can attack you all at once. And honestly, not all that bad since you most likely be hitting them by happenstance while attacking the Great Gyros. But the scariest thing about him is basically his paralysis. So every time he bites you or spits mucus at you, he can possibly paralyze you, and that goes for the small Gyros as well. This is more annoying than anything else because he doesn't do that much damage anyway. You can honestly will be more at risk of getting hit by a stronger monster when you're paralyzed rather than risking yourself of death by the Great Gyro. So don't worry about it all that much. If you're paralyzed, don't panic unless there's something really scary near you.
Hey, partner.
So yeah, Great Gyros. We are actually not required to hunt one of those, as I mentioned. It's very similar to Yaku. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to go and try and find one so that we can actually just kill it, because just like the Great Jagras, this guy really isn't that tough. So, the Rotten Vale, our fourth major area of the game, yes, and so what she's saying here is effluvium. The Rotten Vale is filled with this thing called effluvium, and when it comes to effluvium happens to be like a damage over time thing. Think of it kind of like poison. So, like when you're in areas with it, I'll point it out when we see it. So, yeah, very gross, very, very gross areas. You can already see this is not a very, I couldn't imagine the smell here. Like, I think I would just throw up probably because of the smell, because it's the Rotten Vale, rotten flesh, everything. So when you see all this yellow smoke, we're going to come down here in this area in particular, right? When you see all this yellow smoke, this is effluvium. And so you will take damage over time, and it's always
filled with that vapor stuff. Don't breathe it in or your health will drop. So
yes, you want to bring nullberries because eventually if you breathe in too much for too long without using nullberries, your health will get cut in half. And then, or will get put down to its lowest possible level, and then you use nullberry to get it back up.
Be careful not to touch it.
Yep, so we're going to head this way. We can see these guys are the little Gyros. So these are equivalent to Jagras or the Shamos in this area. These guys really aren't that tough. Like, if, they're small monsters, what are you going to do, right? But they are worth carving in certain situations because when it comes to these guys, very similar to the Great Gyros, they have materials that essentially help make paralysis-style weapons. So if you're looking to make paralysis weapons, this is the way to do it. So I believe that the Great Gyros is down this way. So yeah, Rotten Vale, very big in stark contrast from, guess what? Not the Rotten Vale. Hello, Great Gyros. So we're going to go ahead and kill one of these guys because these guys are as easy as all hell, so I'm going to do this. Ow. Come on, you big, stupid Komodo dragon. And then into the wall. But yes, you can see my health kind of getting chunked already, but 1, 2, 3. Oh, of course he dodged the juicy hit. 1, 2, 3. Boom! absolute destruction. Yeah, this guy's getting absolutely riddled. Is there... Do this. Now he's angry. The other thing that makes this guy, like, really just kind of awful is that his roar doesn't actually stagger you. Like, even something like Tobikadachi, which isn't the same necessarily species of animal, of monster in this game, it's still kind of wild to me that... ow! Alright. Ow! But that's the worst attack he can do at you, is essentially throw his body at you like that, and then the other thing is obviously paralyzing you with his bites. Luckily, I'm kind of just dodging them without even trying. Oh, is he angry? Oh, he's running away. As you can see, these Gyros also get infected with the effluvium, which I also call miasma. But yeah, it's pretty, This can be a dangerous area if you're not prepared, particularly with nullberries. Nullberries are far and away the most important item that you can, like, consumable item besides potions and all that, you know, all the basic stuff that you can bring coming into the Rotten Vale. So always have these on you. They are very, very important. Alright, let's go see if we can mount this guy, because we already softened his face. So, yeah. Oh, the camera. Sometimes when you're mounting like that, damn, the camera can be a little bit of a pain in the nuts. I dodged it. These guys are also annoying. They're essentially infected Barnos, Raffinos, essentially, which is whatever you want to think of them. I think these guys are actually officially called Raffinos. So, alright. Break his... 1, 2... He's almost dead. Freaking... face! 230 already. Damn, dude. You're getting riddled. Boom! Boom! Nope, missed the tackle. I missed the tackle. I thought I'd clip him on his head, but I guess not. 1, 2, 3. Boom! He should just be about dead. Into the wall. Boom. Boom. There it is. Like I told you, this guy is an absolute joke. This guy is just way more annoying than anything else. And so, absolute stomp on that guy. And then the Gyros will run away if you kill him, so. Can you chill out, bro? Alrighty. I'm going to do that, and then we'll carve the big guy here for his materials, and I'll show you guys the armor and stuff next episode. Again, this guy is mainly there to make paralysis weapons, so both for your Palico as well as yourself, so can be worth in that sense if you want to make some paralysis weapons for your Palico. Alright, and there we go. Now time to go to the rest of this mission here. So we're going to go ahead, actually, so there's a corpse of a Legiana down here, which is pretty radical. This actually becomes somewhat important, I guess. Like, it becomes part of, let's just say there's another monster that lurks here in the Rotten Vale that definitely likes to take Legiana corpses to its nest. And if I'm talking about a monster that can take Legiana corpses to its nest, then you can tell that it's a pretty strong monster. Because the Legiana is definitely probably the big boss of the normal monsters that surround the Coral Highlands overall. Let's actually take a ration. I'm going to need that for the stamina here. Should I take some nutrients? Probably would be at least good to take a couple here before we head up this way. So this way, this is important. As you saw at the beginning when we arrived at the Rotten Vale, there were some strange ruts that we were discovering. That becomes pretty important here. So let's see if there's any more as we go up this way. There should be right here. Yep, I believe so. Yep, some more ruts here. More sleep herbs this way. A big roly-poly bone boy. Here is the Radoban. This guy's way easier than he looks despite his massive size. This guy's weak to dragon, so you can bring paralysis weapons. I don't know if we have access to those quite yet when I'm recording this, but if we do, then either bring dragon weapons or paralysis weapons, so Baroth works here. Everything else is neutral, so any element will be good against this guy if you don't want to do any of those. You can cut the tail, the head and the legs are the weakest points. The hardest part about this guy, sort of literally, is the bone hide. It can be quite tough, especially for this point in the game. Also, when pressured, he may spit gas out from under his belly, which will put you to sleep. So be careful. He'll essentially, like, tuck down for a couple of seconds, and you'll start to see him, like, shake violently, and then he'll start to spit out that sleeping gas, so be aware of that. It's, like, light blue, grayish in color. When he's rolling, he can stop mid-roll, look at where you are, and then aim right for you. As he weakens, he will fail at rolling around. You'll literally see him roll, and then he'll, like, unravel himself, and sometimes either he'll get back into the roll, or he'll just fall on the ground for a free knockdown. Due to his size, I'll say, his attacks are pretty wide-sweeping, specifically with his tail, so recommend cutting that off if you can. Slamming his chin into the ground is also common, and will stagger you if you don't get hit by it, but being near it. Despite all this, he does not hit as hard as you may think, and once you break that bone hide, there's all those squishy bits on the inside, so he's really not that difficult. Don't honestly take this guy super seriously, but just be aware of what I've mentioned to you today. Yes, the Radoban! Despite this guy's size, he is not actually, like, really that tough. Like, yeah, he can catch you off guard with how big he is, but in all reality, this guy is a pretty big joke. So when he slams his chin on the ground like that, that's where you can get staggered if you're near and don't get hurt. That's the sleeping gas! That's the sleeping gas. I don't have any energy drinks on me. I honestly didn't know that those were items that you could use to stop yourself from getting sleep. Oh no, my Palico's asleep too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay, thank you for my Palico there. Oh, I'm gonna drag his face here. See if we can... Ow, 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 ow. Come on, I have his face tenderized. Alright, we'll wait for this to go off for a second, and then we'll grapple onto his face, because I don't want to get slept again. And then... Will he still go into the wall? I think, yeah, because he's so big. So monsters that are really huge, like this guy's significantly even bigger than something like, if you think about it, he's actually, like, bigger than Anjanath. You can take advantage of that when you do wall bangs, because they're so big. Sometimes you'll put them into walls, just due to their size, despite how far it may be. Ooh, that was close. Ow. I don't know if I mentioned this in the voiceover, but he can essentially Beyblade himself, so be careful of that. Ooh. I missed. There we go, trying to do that, sorry. Had to concentrate there for a second. Just wanted to get the mount off. What I like to do personally in hunts is I like to get mounts off when they're enraged, because you can't get wall bangs or knockdowns when they're not enraged. So, you can't get wall bangs and knockdowns for those wall bangs when they're enraged. So getting the mount, I think, gives, like, I don't know, you get more min-max value out of it, right? I guess is how you want to say it. Also, as another weapon that's good against this guy, definitely the hammer. It helps you break off his bone armor a lot easier. There we go. Although the greatsword is perfectly fine, I'm just mentioning that that is also an option. He's going to do that. Let me see if I can tenderize his tail, because we're going to want to grab that as well. See if we can cut that off. Yeah, the only issue... Okay, the issue I have with the greatsword as a weapon is there's a lot of other weapons when you do the clutch claw grapple tenderize that are just faster and more efficient at doing it. And so, unfortunately, the greatsword takes forever. Oh wait, nice. Alright, let's see if we can hit the tail here. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, and... Alright. I need to sharpen. But as you can see, even with the highest possible rarity for weapons currently, I'm still not being able to like hit this guy as easily as I want. Like a lot of my hits keep plinking off of him. So it's just the product of his bone armor being strong. I don't know if I mentioned this in the voiceover either, but obviously I'll recommend you guys tenderize him because it makes this fight a lot easier. Being able to just hit him without necessarily worrying about plinking off too much. I pick up some bones there, some boneses. Alright, let's heal. Luckily in this area of the Rotten Vale, because we're so high up, there's no effluvium or miasma to actually take our health, so he could go into those areas, but usually the fight stays above that area of the Rotten Vale. Forgotten fossils, these are like the abalones, the fruits, all that stuff, the flowers from the ancient forest. So, wedge beetles here, definitely do not be afraid to take those out. Wait, am I stupid? Wait, hold on. I didn't see which way this guy went. There's two paths, and I'm stupid. Alright, go up this way. So this area, this particular top half of the Rotten Vale is incredibly efficient for you to get monster bones. Like, there are so many, like, there's the area we're going to walk to right here where the Radaban is. This is his nest. And in addition to that, this also happens to be an area where I think there are 3 or 4, I think it's 3 bone piles all in just this one concentrated area. So definitely take advantage of the fact that the Rotten Vale is very easy to get monster bones. Oh, not this area, no. It's an area below, I believe. The area that's further below here. Oh, ouch. So, it's not huge spoilers, but there's another variant, monster that is very similar in body shape to this guy later in the game. They're obviously in the same family. And unfortunately... Oh, that sucks. That was so close. That was so close. This is how these guys are. It's just honestly, the worst part about these guys, for me, is... not the size, it's their chin slam tremors. You do get an armor skill, if you guys look, called Tremor Resistance, which is extremely helpful versus these guys. But luckily, there's only 2 monsters of this type in the game, so it really isn't too worth it for that purpose, just to fight these guys, although there are other monsters. Nice, got the tail off. There are other monsters that do have, that do cause tremors. So, I'm gonna break this guy's face, because honestly, right now that we cut the tail off, his face is my favorite place to aim for. Is he angry? Yeah. When he slams his chins like that, that's when he does get. That's when you know he's angry. And because also you notice that when he swung his tail, honestly, I think maybe a good chunk of you thought he was gonna hit me. No. If you stay below him, because he's so damn big, it's actually you actually end up sometimes. Yeah. See, you avoid it. I know I said I tenderized the head and I'm not hitting the head. It's just not the uh-oh. There. Oh, is he gonna go again? Oh. Boom. Yep, with this type of ground you can do stuff like this to monsters where you end up trapping them for a short amount of time. Ooh, nice. Some really solid damage on this guy. I'll say, because of his size, you can definitely tell this guy has a lot of health. Come on. You see, he'll look at you and then follow you. And then here is what I'm talking about. When you're getting him weaker, he'll just kind of flail like this. Now, he can go back into his role like he kind of just did there. But... for the most part, there will be many times where he'll just fail at doing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow, 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 ow. Come on. Nice. Alright, he's already limping, so I'm gonna get out of his way. I will say, in comparison to his cousin, that's in the game. I think he looks cooler when he's rolling. The way that the bones look is really freaking cool. And in terms of his design, I do like how he looks, actually. I think the bone armor and how unsymmetrical it is, because, you know, it's the idea that he's using the bones from the Rotten Vale to armor himself up. That's the thing I love about this game, is that it really just makes it feel like a cohesive ecosystem, right? Like, it's just genuinely really cool in that way. I know I've talked about it before, but I think this is just another brilliant example of how they're able to do that here. Now, this area that we're going to go down to, I believe, I'm not going to say any more until we actually get down there. Let's see if it is. Let's pick up these ruts, because I would like to get the research on this guy. Unfortunately, the Radoban, he's just, like I said, he's kind of a joke when it comes to how difficult he is. And that means going into the later stages of the game, this guy really isn't tough. Yes, this is the area where there are a lot of bone piles. You'll see that once we start to fight this guy. Once we've even finished him off. Oh, he's already got a slinger ammo. So he's gonna he's gonna re-armor himself here, which does become pretty annoying, but what are you gonna do, right? Ooh! Oh, I mounted him. I did not mean to. I just meant to hit him, actually. Oh, he's already angry, so actually it ended up working out. Okay. I'm A-okay with this. 1, 2, 3. He-yah! Aww. Alright, nice. I'm gonna grapple onto his face, and I'm gonna tenderize it again, make it easier to hit. Because this guy is a very thick armored boy. And a thick boy in general. 3. Barely missed. Kinda sucks. Also, with piercing pods, let me show you this. You can stop in mid-roll with piercing pods, or any slinger ammo that like stuns a monster like that. You can actually stop their roll. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I actually probably should have let out. Probably should have let him keep going here. Alright. Let's shoot this at him. Yep, stopped him mid-roll again. Stopped him again. Uh-oh, I don't know what he's gonna... Oh, he's gonna Beyblade. Okay, there you go. I had to stop there for a second because I needed to see what he was gonna do. Ow. I get that extra hit on him. Come here. Nice. Radoban is now complete. Alright, so we're going to get this research. So this is another way that you can see if a Radoban's in the area, are these tarred bones. So definitely go and do this. So here's one bone pile. So we're going to actually carve this guy, and I'll show you where the bone piles are. And then we'll head back to base. Yeah, Radoban. Really not a tough guy. I'll say one thing. I believe that there are Hornitors. So Hornitors are those little bugs you can see on the corner of the screen. Now, Hornitors, these guys do have important materials, and specifically when it comes to making weapons and armor from monsters that are found in the Rotten Vale. There's one monster in particular I know for a fact. Unfortunately, to carve these guys, you have to be able to hit them. What I like to do is shoot them with slinger ammo, because as you can see, me hitting them with a weapon ends up like exploding them, right? So usually I like to grab a ton of slinger ammo. You can just shoot them over and over again, or you bring a sword and shield. That's another way I figured it out. So that's one bone pile. Here's another one right over here. And also there are new mining outcrops in this area. We just haven't run into any of them quite yet. And of course that means that there are new ores that you can get here as well, and they're exclusive to the Rotten Vale. Just like any major area. Let's see if these will... Nah, some of the slinger ammo also ruins them. And then there's one more bone pile right over here. So yeah, really good place to get monster bones quickly is the Rotten Vale. Which I hope it would be, just considering that, well, it's the Rotten Vale where there are tons of dead monsters and dead creatures. He didn't give me anything. Or are these Scalvantulas here, these little spiders on the ground, you can actually capture these guys. And these actually become rather important for a side quest here. I'm going to grab another one. I think, can I grab that one? Yes, I grabbed another one. Very cool. Alright, cool. There's a few more over here. There was a ton of them here earlier, but yeah, I'm gonna grab the sleep herb, and I think that's about it. So let's head back to Astera, or the Third Fleet Base. Third Fleet Base.
Huh? It's you two.
Have we met?
Sorry, I forgot. You were out cold when I found you. I'm from the First Fleet. You folks are lucky to be alive.
Hang on. She must be the one who saved us. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you.
Just glad you're still in one piece. Fifth Fleet, am I right? What are you doing out here?
Actually,
This is from Zora Magdaros? I'll see what I can find. I've spent years delving into this valley's secrets, and I'm starting to understand a thing or two. Now it's your turn. Learn all that you can about this place. Next time we meet, we can compare notes. Sound good?
yes. We're on the job.
Good. See ya.
Alrighty, folks, and there we do have the Radoban. I'll say, when it comes to the Radoban, I don't know if I did mention this. I might have not, because I can't exactly remember, just due to the fact that there was a lot going on with us fighting Radoban. Radoban has some of the funniest designs for the Palico armor that I've seen. And we'll show off all the armor next episode. I'll save that for then. I know you guys are like, oh, I want to see it. You can just look it up if you want to, but I would like to show it off. So. No sign of Zora Magdaros' trail. Disappointing. I suggest you descend further. The effluvium levels will be more toxic, but that's not going to be a problem now, is it? Just say the word when you're ready. So we now
You should prepare before going down to the bottom of the Rotten Vale. There might not be any turning back once we're there.
So now we have access to the Tail Raider Safari, which I'll explain. Let's see, actually, does this guy... Oh, the airship engineer, so he has to say. I meant to tell you, I was wandering the Coral Highlands looking for materials for the airship, and I got to thinking it would be a lot easier to move around the Coral Highlands if I put together a rope lift. So I put in a request to the resource center for the parts I need. I think it'd make things a lot more convenient, so it'd be great if you could help out. I'm counting on you. Which we actually have all those materials. So we're going to actually head back and complete some of this stuff and talk to all these... there's one more exclamation point, I believe, down here. No, where is it? Down here, maybe? Yes, right here, the Linian expert.
Greetings.
Now that we're airworthy, we don't want to waste it, right? My darlings are itching to get out there and explore different places. They're willing to help you out in the field. Just give the order and the location, and they'll head out there to investigate. They might even bring a few souvenirs home for you. How's that for service? Anyway, listen to me drag on. Sorry. Right, so what can I do for you? So the Tail Raider Safari, so you can talk to your Palico that's in your room for this, but we're going to do it here. So essentially the Tail Raider Safari, you can send out a group of Palicos, so as you guys can see, this group of Palicos are adorable. You can send out that group of Palicos, and they have Hunter and Gathering and Research. You can see those three down there. When it comes to the Tail Raider Safari, essentially they will go through an area. So we'll see, we can pick the Ancient Forest or the Wild Spire Waste, and they'll essentially just pick up consumable items, monster materials, depending on where you actually send them out to. So let's see, we got Puke in there, Topikadachi. Is there one with Puke and Topikadachi? No, there isn't. I wish there was. Kind of more itching to get Topikadachi stuff, so we'll do that. The cutest little soldiers, and the time that it takes to complete Tail Raider Safari, I believe, is just in between quests. It becomes very helpful to just get materials passively, so I always recommend as soon as you have the ability to send out a Tail Raider Safari, go ahead and do that. And since we have the smithy here, we're actually going to go and show you some of the armor here. I was going to show next episode, but might as well, I'm right here. So here's the Palumu armor, very fluffy, you know, very similar to Palumu. Here's the Gyros armor, actually looks really cool. You look like the Plague Doctor. I think that's freaking amazing. And then the Radoban armor, you look like a beast here. Let's take a look at the Palico equipment here. So I'm actually going to scroll down. So here's the Anjanath one. We have the Rathian one. We haven't actually looked at a lot of this in a while. Here's the Palumu one, which is adorable. I'll say the Palumu is adorable. You do have, I believe, sleep weapons? Is it sleep? No, it's not sleep yet. The Radoban, which you do have sleep, and this is a... Look, he looks like a freaking, like, it's like a UFO, like, spacesuit type thing. Rathlos, we're not going to take a look at it yet, but yeah, some really, really cool stuff all around. And so, I think we did do a lot for this episode. So, in the next episode of Monster Hunter World, we will be taking ourselves to do some side quests once again, and maybe off screen I'll be doing a little bit of grinding, just getting some random monster materials from a load of different monsters. In addition to that, we like I said, we'll be heading down to the Rotten Vale like we were asked to do, and yeah, we will go from there and see where that takes us. So, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials, linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives.